Hello, it's the Heart of Tarot, and we've had a request to look at what the future holds since the devastating election result last night. So what we know is that Scott Morrison and the Liberal coalition have taken over the country, and Bill Shorten had to give a very sad resignation speech and handing over the reins so that we have unity. So we've had a request. What does the future hold? So I'm going to be looking at the next 3 years, and also I'm going to use the Emperor as a signifier for Scott Morrison. So Hanged Man in the centre. So this is interesting because this may mean more results coming in. Ooh, that's not good. What we've got. This is the line of in the past of juggling with two leaders, an ousting, bit of infighting, someone having to turn and walk away. Where the situation is now, and we're looking for what the future holds for us. So the first thing is going to be looking at what it's like on the world stage, so making sure Australia is involved in those things, and trade and deals and trade deals. But the centre card is not wanting to change anything, just hanging in there. Because look at all the infighting that's still happening. Having to poke down all the opposition, and this was an election where Scott Morrison made himself the person, you're voting for the person. He didn't bring in the party. So this may be Scott Morrison himself poking down all the opposition and the questions and the why wasn't this done and why did you do that? He seems to be operating alone here. Where it is in the future, so this kind of is for over the next 3 years for all of us. Look, it ends with the devil, so we're going to feel deceived. And it's about these plans and money, dark money, plans that were made that either haven't come off, or we're questioning, if we look down here, how were those plans made? It's also this juggle going back historically through the partnerships, the networks, the links, the links, and it feels like looking back on tradition rather than looking forward. But this also leads to, as we can see down this line, bad blood being spilt. So there's unresolved issues going on, I would say, within the party. And the next 3 years for us don't look great for that, because they end up with us being shackled to something and feeling deceived. So I'm going to look at the underlying issue, and it's justice. So this may be justice coming down very hard. You always need justice with mercy. It's the way... it makes me feel like what's happening in America, how the way to solve things is everything is going to go through the courts. But that hasn't really been our way in Australia until, like, Scott Morrison sort of stood alone and emulated some of Trump's stuff as far as I could see. Anyway, so this justice card underlying everything is consequences. So let's look and see what those consequences might be for Scott Morrison. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through the deck until I find that Emperor card, and there it is. So we're going to put him in the middle. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Businessman, deals. And behind him, 1, 2, 3. So what does this look like for his 3 years personally? This could be getting the economy on really well, because there's partnerships done and moving forward. where he's come from is, again, I feel this is him standing alone. But it's he somehow he managed to contact through an emotional connection and a softness, but really this is what he is. He's ambitious. Look at the kings. He's ambitious for fame and comfort and tradition and wealth, and he'll be supporting those things. That Justice card could be immigration issues. So overall, the question we were dealing with was, what does the future hold for us? And in this spread, it's a juggle. Some things are going to open out, and there's some things that are happening in the next 3 years that are like to be noticed on the world stage. But ultimately, if we look at these corner pairings, this feeling of backstabbing, of harmful words, of harmful thoughts, people being betrayed. I wonder if actually he's going to survive. Oh, I wonder if he's going to survive. I'll just draw a card on that. Actually, I'll use these. So these ones are just the majors. Oh, out it goes. Look at that. Emperor reversed. He may not survive the 3 years. Can you believe it? Oh well. We'll see what happens. Thanks everyone.